Hello there, folks. I'm RJB from RJB TV, and you are watching Rabbit against 458 in the final couple of matches between these two players. This is going to be the final showdown, the countdown, the final battle to determine who wins and who loses. 458 here on the green Protoss. On the 6 o'clock spawn location, Rabbit on the blue, navy blue Terran on the 9 o'clock spawn location. Both players on the middle spawn. Usually that means that we are going to be seeing a lot of early aggression from both of these players. Rabbit, if he goes for an 8 barracks and a 9 supply, he will try to rush. And 458, if he goes for a double gateway before a nexus, he too will try to rush. Both players will be meeting each other very soon on the battlefield. Sorry for the very late switch from the starting screen. I'm glad I noticed. Sometimes in the past I forgot to switch, and I almost forgot to switch right there. So I'm just glad that you're here, and I'm glad that I didn't forget. Otherwise I'd have to start all over, and that would be quite a bummer. So yeah, barracks before supply depot, into a barracks, maybe even into a third barracks. You have a double gateway coming out there from 458 before the nexus. This is going to be, without a doubt, gateway, well, pylon, gateway, pylon, nexus. I might be wrong, but I don't think I will be. What is this SCV going to do? It is not going to build a barracks, it's going to scout the middle of the map. He wants to be sure that there's not something like a proxy mid-gate, because in this series so far, 458 has done 3 proxy mid-gate build orders, or maybe 2. 3 or 2. One of those 2. So yeah, double barracks against double gateway. I would say that this leans in favor of 458, but knowing Rabbit might just be the one person who can find a way to still make this situation one that favors him, because he has an answer to seemingly almost everything. He is the riskiest and maybe even the smartest build order optimizer in all of StarCraft fastest map. The riskiest and perhaps the smartest. If it works, he gets himself a huge, humongous lead that seems to be unsurpassable by his opponent, and if it fails, he just dies really quickly. This might be one of those situations. He has not yet found his opponent. He's pulling everything back home though. He sees 2 Zealots that are walking into his front door, and most of his units are away from home, so that is going to be quite difficult to defend with only 2 Marines. I'll make it 4, but 4 against 2 is still in favor of the Zealots. I'll make it 5. And number 6 is coming back home there, so he will have enough, but he will lose a couple of his Marines against his Zealot pressure, although the SCVs are helping out with trying to block and make fighting harder for those Zealots. But more Zealots already on the way. Nexus in the back, Forge on the way, Pot in the front. He's choking up on the back of this gateway aggression. We've got a bunker on the way there for Rabbit. He will survive this attack because the bunker is almost finished up. He cannot quite... He's ignoring the SCV, goes straight for the Marines. Very difficult choice here for Rabbit to fight. Very difficult fight to fight. But he... Actually, the Zealots split up in different directions, and that just happens to turn this fight around really quickly and easily, and Rabbit defends that one with, I'd say, a little bit of effort, but not a whole lot. Almost no damage taken, although he's a little bit overextended, but the Marine Micro is on point. Rabbit has been on point with the Marine Micro. Impressive stuff. Impressive Micro. I'm impressed. Rabbit used to not be known for his Micro in particular, but he's making it work quite well. He's got double refinery in the back, double command center, double barracks. We'll have factory coming up very soon, probably. Academy there in the back, finished up for Stim and Medic, so those will soon enter the fight as well. The double Zealot pressure is really keeping Rabbit contained. Not having that third barrack for that extra little bit of punch in his Marine production is really allowing 458 to keep up the pressure and keep Rabbit contained within his base. Like, it's doing more than you would think. Like, Rabbit is not dying, that's for sure. Rabbit is not dying to this, that is for sure. But the amount of units he has isn't really growing, it's kind of staying the same. The Zealots are really doing their best here. They're really doing their best. I have to reduce the sound by one little tiny bit, because in my ears it's kind of loud. Maybe for you it isn't, or for me it is a little bit too loud. Yeah, the Marines can't really fight there. The depot goes down, gets a supply block for a little while. More Zealots in the front, trying to build a factory. Factory gets slowed down. Firebats enter the scene though, and Firebats gonna turn this around. Firebats are absolutely amazing against Zealots. While all that is happening, we have 4 cannons up in the front there for 458, and a Robo coming up in the back. 2 Robos, in fact. We've got a Cybercore Forge, triple Nexus even. So 458 really is gunning for that very quick late game economy. And Rabbit is doing the same, triple command center while defending on double barracks. As I said before, he likes playing it risky, but he also knows how to mitigate the risk as much as possible with some really good unit control and great unit placement. He really is getting everything exactly when he has to. Exactly on time, exactly where it needs to be. So 5 barracks, engineering bay, double factory. And what is 458 doing here? He's getting a triple Robo, the Citadel of Adun support bay coming up as well. Getting a Templar's Archive, triple gateway. Very standard stuff, but he is very focused on that triple Robo. Usually it's a double Robo at this point in the match, but he's going for a triple Robo before getting his first Templar's Archive. The Templar's Archive came after the third Robo. Most of the time, Protoss players get double Robo, then a Templar's Archive, and then a third Robo, maybe even a fourth one. We switch that around to maybe get a triple Reaver in a shuttle drop, or do 2 shuttles and double Reaver with some high Templars and Zealots. There's just a lot of options in as regards to what he can put into the shuttles because he went for triple Robo. So a lot more options. He goes for triple Reaver actually. That's interesting, triple Reaver. And only a single shuttle, so either he's going to shuttle 2 Reavers in, or go for frontal Reaver Zealot attack. He does have Zealots, but no speed on the way. He isn't getting speed yet. I thought he would be getting speed already, but he delayed that. Getting cannons on the sides against tank drops. Zealots have to turn around because they saw something they might not have liked, and that is 2 bunkers with somewhat of a wall blocking that entrance. It's not really a wall, there's still a small little tight space to walk through. You have to walk right past this bunker. There's no Firebats inside though, so the Zealots are gonna love that. No Firebats in that bunker. Zealots are gonna love that. So because of the 5 barrack Marine production, we are getting quite a nice number of Marines to protect the flight paths for shuttles. Got tank there protecting the bottom side and the main minerals. And we will probably get a tank in the front and a tank on the top side as well to cover, I think, at least 3 areas where 458 can drop units in. So he's got the Reavers finished up, more shuttles on the way, no Stargate finished yet. He is adding on a lot of gateways already though. But no Stargate yet, so no Corsair to help the shuttles fly in. But if he picks this specific angle right here, or this one at the top, he will not need a Corsair. You can just fly the shuttles in and unload wherever he needs to. Tank there arriving on the top side. Another tank there at the minerals. Got a bunker as well to protect those Marines against Templar Storms and Reaver Scarabs. Got triple shuttle there flying in. No speed on the shuttles. He forgot to get his speed upgrade earlier. So he's not going to get in very deep. He's going to have to unload within range of that tank. He's got 3 Reavers. Is he going to get the tank? He gets the Marines first. The tank goes down as well, which means supply depots are free for the taking. Supply depots are free for the taking. Great drop here from 458. Marines coming in from 2 directions. Zealots, oh, the Scarabs are absolutely murdering everything. Splits of the Marines. Gets a couple of the Reavers. Actually, all the Reavers do go down, but it gets another huge shot on those Marines. And now there's not that many Marines left in the base for the drop that will soon be coming to follow this up. Also, does he have a Stargate on the way? No Stargate still. A lot of gateways everywhere in his base. He will have a lot of gateway production, and he can start mixing things up. They go for drops and frontal attacks pretty much at the same time, or one after the other. All kinds of combination punching combos are opening up here for 458. The Rabbit is still forced to defend. He's got a starport relocating, still only on 5 barracks, 2 factories. His bank has been growing steadily. He's on 65 SCVs. I'd say Rabbit is looking healthy, but he's a little bit behind on his spending. And he's going to rectify that right now by adding more factories to his base, upping the mech production. If Rabbit is given a little bit more time, he should be able to grow to max out supply within a couple of minutes and be capable of going for a hard-hitting counter-attack. But first, 4 of 8 still in the driver's seat. 89 probes. That's a lot of money coming to the bank. Double Fortune in the back. Cybercore is spinning for... It just stops spinning. It stops spinning. Drop comes in for the top side there. Rabbit responding slowly. SCVs run to safety. It's triple Templar storming everywhere. It's a really good storm of almost SCVs, but the SCVs largely do survive, but they're all on low HP. Another drop comes in over the bottom. It's a double drop, a double combo. 458 gets every single SCV returning to the minerals, and he has a couple that were still there at the minerals and reduces the SCV count from 70 down to 29. Very hard hitting drop at a very, very bad time there for Rabbit. This is the 458 that I'm used to seeing. Great combination drops. Great control on the drops, great target selection on the drops, very high production cycles, drops coming in frequently. This is the 458 I've kind of been missing in the previous games. It's looking more like the true 458. His APM still a little bit low compared to usual, but he's making everything work nicely. And this really is a lot of gateways. I don't often see 458 make this many gateways in his games. We got like 10, another 13, 16, 20, 21. Then we got another 4 right there for 25. We got 28 gateways all stuffed into this base. And he might even get a couple more, although he's actually killing one of them. He get us 24 gateways or 27 gateways for production. He can max out within the blink of an eye. He's going to be really putting up the pressure on Rabbit, and Rabbit is not prepared. That one drop that hit him so hard, it really pushed him back a couple minutes. He's not prepared for this. Well, he tried to prepare, and he does have a wall in the front, and he's got some tanks there shooting, but we've got a drop coming in as well. Shuttles are trying. He's trying to snipe the shuttles, but the shuttles do arrive on location. Templar's getting killed. SCV's running away. Ooh, they changed direction and survived the drop. Beautiful choice there. The front door has been broken through, supply depots are dead and gone, which means that the next mass attack through the front door will not have to try to break through depots first while taking damage. They can just walk right on through and start hitting those tanks with everything they've got. Now, we need to look at the upgrades. 1 attack, level 2 attack on the way. Got shield and armor for air on the way as well. I see 1 Stargate in the corner. He's getting a 4th Nexus. I don't see a Fleet Beacon, but he's got an Arbiter Tribunal for stasis recalls and the Cloak. He's got 99 probes though, which is pretty high, but it shouldn't really matter too much. 99 probes. He can just throw away probes whenever he has to. As long as he can keep the pressure, having almost 100 probes hopefully will not come back to bite him. All he has to do is keep hitting Rabbit right in the face. Again and again and again. Rabbit does have 6 command centers, so he can make 6 probes every single 13 seconds. That's going to be a lot of probes or SCVs per minute. So giving him just a little bit too much time to rebuild his SCVs can be quite disastrous for 458. It can be quite disastrous. Because it might imply that Rabbit will have enough economy and enough minerals coming back into the bank, while 458 might not be entirely expecting that. There's a big drop on the bottom, stacking up those shuttles. No Valkyries in the base, got some Marines in between, but they cannot target fire every single shuttle as he comes in. This is going to be a hard-hitting drop. A nightmare drop. He's running away with his SCVs. Archons, Zealots, High Templars, 2 High Templars, ready to storm on the Marines. He's going straight for the Command Center. Command Center is being taken down very quickly because Archons hit very, very, very hard. Zealots 2, by the way, and oh boy, goodbye Command Center. 180 minerals left in the bank. Units dying everywhere, and Rabbit calls GG in a very quick win there by 458. The game started off really well for Rabbit, but 458 just went into overdrive, and all the attacks he tried, every single one worked out kind of perfectly fine. Perfectly as he had in mind. Everything went exactly as planned. Now we're going into the final game. The final game. Either Rabbit wins and he gets his 6th win, or 458 wins, and he gets his win number 5, in which case we get technically a tie, which means this might have been 2 best of sets in one, maybe even 3 best of sets in one. Not quite sure, because I don't know what they were playing. I just know they were playing 1v1, but were they playing best of 3, best of 5, best of 7, best of 10? I don't know. Best of 11? I honestly don't know what they were playing. I've had a series casted where it turned out it was 3 best of 3s in a row, and the score ended up being the exact same. By the end of it, happens. Sometimes you have situations you just can't control. I don't know what they were doing. Oh, Rabbit is up to something extremely dangerous here. Extremely dangerous. Okay, maybe a little bit less dangerous than I thought. I thought he was going to go for Barracks Supply Depot, which is a bunker rush strategy. Turns out that 458 went for a pylon into a gateway, and the pylon was made on 7 supply. So that is the fastest gateway a Protoss can go for, which means that Zealot is going to be coming out and will be hitting this frontal section pretty early. It's getting a Nexus, actually. So it's only going to be a single Zealot attacking while building up an economy. I'm not sure if a bunker rush here would have really been hard-hitting. And I don't think this one single Zealot is going to be hard-hitting. Now, the one thing that is going to happen here, though, is that Rabbit's Marine is going to spawn outside of his wall, so he's going to have to walk that back into his base. That might be a problem because the Zealot will soon be coming out. Probe is on the way. SCV is scouting the wrong direction. Probe is skipping the 1 spawn location as well, but I think the Marine coming from the right will give away Rabbit's position. Look at the Zealot on the chase. Marine's returning back home, and he sees the wall there in the front. He's going to have to walk right on through that little gap, and I don't think the Zealot can walk through the gap. Nope, the Zealot is locked out of the base. He's going to have to stand and wait outside, while Rabbit is once again getting away with an extremely greedy opening, and this time luck is on his side. With a single gateway, 458 cannot really do much to punish Rabbit for this. He opens up the front door though. Zealot's gonna walk through. 458 is gonna see everything, and when he sees everything, he is going to be extra aggressive, I'm sure of it. Academy on the way. Not yet building a factory, although he has no gas, or another barracks. He's gonna stay on 1 barracks production, 1 Marine behind the wall, 1 Zealot in front of the wall hitting it. 458 is getting a 2nd gateway, getting a cybernetics core. I cannot quite tell yet what 458 is going to do. All I do know is that Rabbit has yet again played an extremely greedy build order, and it works. Because 458 went for a build order that simply cannot punish this. He can do nothing about this, not yet at least. There's at the moment nothing 458 can do. Very fast Citadel of Adun there from 458. And we might see him go for either Dark Templars or Zealot Speed. I thought maybe Dragoons were a good option, and Dragoons do look like a good option against a single barracks. Maybe Dragoons would have been the best option just to get some pressure up onto Rabbit, but maybe what 458 is doing is better instead. Getting a 3rd Nexus as well. So both players going all in, yet again, on a hardcore macro game. What direction is 458 gonna go? Being right next to Rabbit, he is in some trouble if the game goes beyond, I'd say, 9 to 10 minutes. Because tanks on this high ground will be pushing onto his probes to kill his economy. So 458 is either going to go for very fast carriers, very fast mass drops, or just a straight up mass attack. I think carriers are the best option against high ground abuse, because carriers don't care about high ground. They can kill everything on top of it very easily. I really just don't know what direction this game is going to go in. We're not going to get Dark Templars. I Templar's Archive almost finished up. We got a couple cannons in the front. We got a Robo there finished up, getting a shuttle, getting a support bay as well. No cannons around his Nexus yet. So factory there, getting a machine shop and getting a starport as well, but it's only a single starport. It's not going to be a triple port build. Wait, is that a starport? That's an armory. That's confusing because most of the time people build a starport here. He builds an armory there. Zealots are still there waiting in the front looking if there's maybe turrets. There's no turrets. But he does have double scan. He's got Stima on the way. He's on triple, actually quadruple barracks. Moving SCVs to the front to maybe build or repair. He's gonna build like something, turrets, bunkers. There's turrets on the side there in the top corner, no turrets in the back. 458 is likely just gonna shuttle in some Dark Templars and try to do some damage. It's a viable option. He's got not much else going on yet, getting shuttle speed and Templar Storm. Dark Templars are going to be splitting up to make sure that they can't all be killed by a single scan, but those two Dark Templars get killed by a single scan. There's one more alive on the side. It is getting scanned and getting killed. But I think he killed about 6 or 7 Marines, so it's not great, but it's not bad either. Preferably you would get a couple more kills or results with a Dark Templar drop, because it does cost you time. That could have been like a Reaver drop, or a High Templar drop. So yeah, I personally don't like the very forced Dark Templar drops. It does take away a couple scans though, so the scans cannot be used to scan 458's base, so that is the only upside I do see with the Dark Templar drop, but the results were not that great. So getting more turrets on the bottom side, starting engineering base to put onto the high ground. Still no forge, still only on 4 barracks and a single factory. A lot of SCVs though, 54, so his economy is going very, very quick. Likewise 458 on 59. He's got cannons everywhere. He really is expecting tank drops from Rabbit. But surprisingly this time around, Rabbit is not going for tank drops at all. He's not planning on abusing this high ground yet, and won't be able to abuse it for at least the next 3 minutes, because he still needs a starport, a machine shop add-on, and of course a control tower, and wait for a dropship. Oh, drop comes in. Reaver on the bottom. Marines dying. Oh, the Reaver goes down as well though. So pretty well defended by just having Marines on the correct location. Turrets soon will have Engineering Bay Vision added to it. Flies in before Engineering Bay's lift up though. Gonna have to unload. Oh, 2 drops coming in. Drop number 1 gets sniped. Drop number 2 arrives on location. Templar unloads. This is a disaster for Rabbit. He missed that one shuttle. 2 Templars unload. Kill all the SCVs. 21 remain alive. Another Templar Storm on some Marines. He's got 200 minerals against a 1400 mineral 458 with 77 probes. Getting a Stargate proxy base outside of his main base to make sure that Rabbit does not scan it and will not expect it. 458 there with a very simple move. His shuttles did not even have speed yet. All he did was fly in with 2 shuttles from 2 directions. One of them distracted Rabbit. The other one went undetected, and now Rabbit is in a lot of trouble. This game looks a lot like the previous one, although now it's a different build order. It was a double robo build order, and he's switching it into carriers. More gateways coming up as well. He might be trying to end the game before he even needs carriers. That's why he's adding on so many more gateways. 81 probes against 35 SCVs. He's got a lot of gas coming in. He's got 1 single forge. A little bit surprising. And he's got 1 cyber core, getting air upgrades, getting weapon upgrades for his zealots. 458 is always a little bit slow on his gateway upgrades, in my opinion. Oftentimes he doesn't even get them anymore. He just stops getting upgrades altogether. Fleet beacon, 5 stargates. 458 is pretty much finished with building his base, in my opinion. It's not the 28 gateways from the prior game, but it's like 15 gateways. That's more than enough. A small frontal attack of like 20 Zealots. It's not small at this point into the game. It's a pretty big attack. Reaver's unloading as well. Reaver's ready to shoot on those tanks. Tanks going down. Tanks getting surrounded. Reaver, Shuttle Mike, they're on display. Marines from the back coming to the front. Will they save today? We have High Templars coming in, trying to storm on Marines, but storms on nothing at all. So that's one storm out of the way, but still has 4 more Templars waiting to storm on those Marines. It looks like 4 of 8 is just going to attack through the front door and try to outmuscle and overpower Rabbit with a very simple strategy that does require some Shuttle Micro and some storms. We're going to tanks, Marines splitting up. They do not want to get stormed. Tanks dead and gone. It's one more storm. Hits the SCVs. Oh, 2 more storms. Oh, great second storm. They're on the Marines. Like 12 of them went down. Rabbit is on less than half the supply. 86 SCVs. 86 army supply there for Rabbit. Another attack comes in. A lot of Firebats in the mix. Reavers arrive again. Oh, Reaver's still alive, killing all the Marines. The Scarab shots are disgusting. That group survives. Ooh, lucky break there for Rabbit. More High Templars. Tanks sieging up, but the tanks are next to each other, clumped up. Double Storm will take care of them. Marines have to stay away because it's a stormy night. And oh, the Marines are getting absolutely demolished. I think this is over. 4 of 8 is getting some carriers. I think he should just keep on spamming Dragoons and Zealots and he will win the game. There's really no need to get carriers at this point, but the carriers will be a nice little addition, a nice little finishing touch that Rabbit has no answer for. Rabbit has 1 Stargate, 4 barracks, 2 factories, a science facility, some bunkers and turrets. This is pretty much all useless for what is coming next. Getting 5 more barracks because he believes Marines might just save the day. Marines are his only option. He needs units and he needs them now, so he's getting those barracks. But 4 of 8 already pushing through. More Reavers arriving on the scene. Zealots are having a field day. Reaver does go down there on the bottom. Tank on the side, providing a lot of support. Or Reaver from the back is moving forward, but there's only 4 barrack production. It's not nearly enough for the stage of the game and the state that the game is in. Reaver gets picked up, gonna try to fly towards those SCVs, getting closer, nothing in between. Gets taken down before it can shoot there, but the SCVs do run to safety, so that is some lost mining time. Scarab does not explode, the tank is safe and sound. Another small wave of Zealots coming across, more carriers on the way, 5 already finished, 6 more on the way. Getting Disruption Web, getting level 2 attack, getting shield, getting armor, getting attack upgrades as well for its carriers. Everything is functioning at top level for 458. The hills never got abused. The hills never had tanks. They never had eyes. 4 of 8 just allowed to, I wouldn't say breeze through, but he's definitely making this game extremely difficult for Rabbit. He's avoiding the storms, getting into bunkers. 1 bunker was empty. I think he only has a single bunker with something in it, and it's just not enough. Templars just walking into the backside. Zealots escorting the 1 High Templar. It will not die to the 1 single Marine. Storms gets 16 kills. And these Zealots are killing SCVs as well. Another Zealot arrives. And these 2 Zealots have no enemies. There's 2 Zealots in the back, hitting whatever they can. Marines coming in. Not getting into the bunker, so... one of them goes down. Oh, Rabbit really is getting outpaced, outplayed, outmaneuvered, outsmarted. It is... beautiful game from 458. Opening up some supply space, that's 12 probes sacrificed for the higher gods, the carrier gods, that will soon arrive on location. 3 more on the way. Shuttles being built. He scans everything he can, and I think he might be realizing that this might perhaps be a little bit too difficult to overcome, although he doesn't know about the carriers that are hiding right here. He doesn't yet know, and the carriers are marching, flying towards the battle zone, ready to instill a fear into Rabbit that he will never ever overcome. He might just call it GG the moment the carriers reveal themselves. He might just say, GG, it's over, I'm done. He might just say it the very first moment the carriers are revealed. He scans yet again. Did he see the carriers? No, he did not see them. He doesn't know. What? That's a lot of High Templars. Carriers come in. You're just gonna fly right on through. There's literally nothing standing in their way. You got 3 shuttles with High Templars flying to the back. Oh, it's Zealots and High Templars arrives on the scene. Double Templar ready to storm, gets a couple of SCV kills, or well, make that like 20. Marines fighting with their level 2 attack upgrades. Level 1, almost level 2. Against the carriers with 2-1-1. 2 armor, 2 attack, 1 shield. Very strong carriers. Interceptors, at this point, the Marines are too damn weak to stand a chance against interceptors. Level 1 armor, level 2 attack, in order to stand a chance. And he lost more SCVs to another storm still hiding inside one of the shuttles, down to 41, minerals down below 100. Rabbit is suffering so damn much. The carriers are like, oh, I guess it's time to end the game right here, right now. The fly-in, shuttles coming in as well with Archons inside. I'm sure it's Archons. Yes, it's Archons arriving on the scene, ending the game in style. Rabbit calls GG, and that means we got 5 wins for both players as this best of set comes to an end. Rabbit calls GG. Rabbit got destroyed in these last 2 games. 458 played a methodical, typical 458 style 1v1 in both games with a triple Nexus. And in both those games, well, 4 Nexus. And in both those games, he was just ahead with his moves. Rabbit could not keep up. Rabbit could not multitask well enough, could not keep track of all the drops flying in at the same time, and then just fell behind. And even a rabbit cannot outrun a horse when it's behind. That made no sense. Anyway, we got a tie. So see you soon, and I'll soon be starting with another best of set between probably Brain and someone else, because I've got a whole lot more Brain games lying around, and it is damn time that we get into a little bit more of that Brain game, the beauty of the best player in fastest map. See you soon.